So what I have here is they have put out or towing non-towing suspensions. Now, if your license is suspended, you should not be driving.
Right.
Okay. So what would you do with the vehicle? Return it to owner, it says. Okay. So if the owner of the vehicle is the person suspended,
why are you returning the vehicle?
Why would I return the vehicle to them? So, but yeah, there's a laundered list of.
So these are all cases.
Yeah, these are all tows, subject to forfeiture or immobilization. Okay. There is your police tows right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And this is in what time period?
This was put out to us in 2012. That's the last time they redid it.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously that's old, but there's probably less towing now. But as you can see,
and so what's the public safety impact of that?
The impact is that people that shouldn't be driving are out there and they're allowing them to drive. And then when you have an accident, who's at fault? Then they, and a lot of these people aren't even getting cited after they get in a wreck. So everybody's insurance is going up. People are losing their lives. I mean, it's a big impact on.
And that's why when we were talking last time, that's why you guys make sure that you tow
their vehicle, because that is the only way to get them to stop, or at least try to stop them. I found hitting people's pocketbooks gets their attention, and a tow around here is about $400 when you're all said and done, and then they have the citation to pay for. So it can be a big impact on people, but.
All right.
I subsequently caught the same guy driving under a suspended license. I'm sorry, he didn't even have a license. Coming through town at 44 mile an hour in a 25 mile an hour zone. That's the second time in 2 weeks I've.
Wow.
And you towed his car? Or?
Oh yeah, towed it for the second time.
But Springfield wouldn't have.
No. And the problem is apparently, if you look at the protective status for these refugees or immigrants, if you get 2 misdemeanors, you are subject to be deported. So right now, he's got 3. He's been caught in Vandalia driving without a license and here twice. So, but what will happen to him?
But right. It's a matter of there's going to be any repercussions of that. You were last time I was here. You said to me that the radio systems with Springfield had changed. Like what exactly was going on with that?
Well, we were able to hear them on the radio, and apparently they have decided to go silent or incognito. However they decide to do it. So we don't know what's going on in the city. That happened the day they brought the state troopers in to help them out. So after that, we have no idea what's going on now.
So does that make things harder to communicate with the city for if there's something that comes over here? Because I mean, you guys aren't that far away.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the problem. We were just talking about it, that there was a threat at the school today. I couldn't hear it. I just caught wind of it from another chief that's
something
right next to the city.
Right.
And he had said, hey. So, that makes a huge impact for us, because if they have a shooting in the city or they're on a chase in the city and they end up in the county and I don't know about it, I mean, they'll come through. We've had them come through Tremont at 100 mile an hour. Think about that. It's a 25 mile an hour street with little kids walking around on it. And they come through it.
Why would you think they would make things hard to communicate with other municipalities?
I think it's because of all the negativity that they've been receiving. You know, all the immigration things and whatever. They just and people are complaining because they're not doing what other departments are doing, and so therefore, how do you alleviate that problem? Nobody can hear what you say, and they don't know what you're doing, so they don't have to answer to it.
So, Chief, what could have been the alternative way of doing this?
There was an alternative way that would have been beneficial to everybody involved. I just want everyone to understand that we're not against the Haitians. We understand anybody that has a heart, that has any empathy, has any intelligence. When your home country is the way Haiti is right now, you want to get out. You want to find safety, and you want to take care of your family and yourself. So, and with that being said, if they would have brought those people over to America and they would have assimilated them to our culture, if they could have found just a one local centralization place to put them and teach them how to read, how to write, how to drive, how to get jobs, assimilate them to our culture, and then they could have took these people, and we would have already known that they had these camps for them to help them out, and they could have went, to like Springfield, said, "Hey, Springfield, we've got 287,000 refugees from Haiti. Can you help us out? Can you take any?" And Springfield's government little system there could say, "Yeah, we could take 20,000." So they send us 20,000 Haitians. Okay. Now, then they go to Xenia and say, "Xenia, how many can you take?" "Oh, we could take 40,000. All right. So you send 40,000 there. So now you're not putting a hardship on just one place. You're not just slamming them in and nobody knows what to do. They don't know our culture. They don't know anything about us. We don't know anything about them. So we assume the worst. That's how we are. So with that being said, if they would have taken the time, instead of worrying about the elites lining their pockets, and just took the time, this could have went so much smoother and been so much more beneficial to everybody involved. But instead,
and so because that didn't happen, how do you think this ends? Or what do you think is the end result?
well, we're seeing the end result. You've got a city that's in absolute turmoil. Everybody's against everybody. I spoke to a young Haitian lady that I had pulled over on the weekend, and I talked to her, and I said she had drove through around a barrier. Everybody was doing it, and it was just set there for the weekend. They had just paved the bridge. Everybody was able to drive over it. Your normal traffic was allowed over it. So she had her license, she had her insurance, she had a registration, everything was squared away. So obviously that didn't result in any citations or anything. And we talked for a little bit, and I said, "It's a little crazy in Springfield right now." And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I just want you to understand that we're not against you Haitians, okay? We want you to be here. We just don't like the way our government puts you here. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us." And she started to cry. She's like, "I thought you guys just hated us." I said, "No, it's not you. It's the way the government does things." So, we kind of build a little bridge there, and that's what it's all about. I don't have a problem with them. I understand what's going on in that country. I read, I listen. I've been there. I know what that third world country's like. So I can't blame them for wanting to come to a better place to better themselves and their family and their lives, So, but the way that it was done, the end result is we're just going to constantly have turmoil because they don't know how. They haven't adjusted to our culture. And we are not going to adjust to theirs, obviously. So here we are. We're, I really don't know what the end result will be, but right now it's not good.
It's not pretty.
It's not good for either side, and that's a shame. So